A Villain in Venice, Jane of the Air, Book 1. A steampunk detective and aviatrix and part-time spy. Available now. All profits to the NHS.
Scanning for audio.
Welcome to a Tin Dog podcast, this time talking about Space 1999 number 3, which is oddly called Volume 2, which is actually called Earthbound. You got that? It's the third Space 1999. It's called Volume 2 because the first one was just, the first one, and it wasn't called Volume 1, which means they had to call Volume 2 Volume 1. So this is Volume 3, which is actually called Volume 2, but it's actually called Earthbound. Glad we've all got that sorted. It consists of 3 specific stories. Now, we all know the basic concept of Space 1999. The Earth, on TV, the Earth was putting its atomic waste on the moon, and something weird and wibbly happened, and the moon was blown out of orbit and drifted off. Kind of like Star Trek, but instead of having a spaceship, you've got the entire moon. What happened to the people of Earth? Questions that are never truly really examined. But you know what I mean. It was very much of its time, but it was very, very good. Many people that think Season 1 on the TV show was better than Season 2, or they were just very separate and different creatures, but that's not what we're here to discuss. We're here to discuss this specific release, Earthbound. 3 stories. The first one, Mooncatcher by Marc Platt. The second one, Earthbound by Iain Meadows. And the third one is Journey's End by Nicholas Briggs. They're all cracking stories. I mean, really well done. And they feel so Space 1999. And it's odd because I can't really put my finger on what makes something Space 1999 as opposed to Nick's other series in space or any of the other space-born operas. But you know it when you see it, which isn't really helpful. You know that it's claustrophobic. You know that it's very English, despite the fact that it's got lots of different international cast. Because there were a big international cast on TV. I'm not being very clear, so let's look at the synopsis. Strange alien messages are being beamed at Moonbase Alpha. Are they a welcome or a warning? No one can tell. When a giant object appears on the long-range scanners, stir-crazy Alphan personnel are keen to investigate. But when Delta One's secret begins to unfold, an unexpected and disturbing series of events is set in motion. Now, a long time ago, let's say the 90s, when we were getting Star Trek, me and my mates would watch it and we'd say, oh, it's episode of Mind episode, is it? And that's kind of where we're at with this one. It deals with the backstory and the way people are about certain things and the way that they're dealing with it. These are all aspects of Space 1999 and living on the moon that was just kind of, ignored, shall we say. When it really didn't need to be. They're all great moments of drama. And of course, what we've got here is an extra character. We've got, Simmons. And Commissioner Simmons is a great cause of tension. And of course, tension provides drama, and drama is conflict, and it all just, comes together and is great. So, this is a very, I don't even want to say different. This is a better version of Space 1999 than it was on TV. It, like I said when we reviewed the very first time Big Finish did Space 1999, it was like they'd treated the original stories as an earlier draft of the scripts. And they'd come back and they'd polish them and turn them into something more cohesive, something that made more sense. All of the problems and fiddly bits are just, well, made better. And then, of course, we've got the rest of these stories. Because story number 2 and story number 3, well, they fit together. Here's the synopsis for number 2, Earthbound, by Iain Meadows. Is the moon truly destined to roam the stars forever, or should the people of Alpha divert their efforts towards a return mission to Earth? Koenig knows in his heart that Earth is lost to them, but Commissioner Simmons is convinced returning home is a serious option. Perhaps there is only one way to resolve the issue once and for all, but will an experiment in democracy tear Alpha apart, leaving it open to incoming alien dangers? Now here's the thing. I know when I reviewed Peladon recently, I made some big jokes about the fact that, Big Finish weren't doing Brexit of Peladon. But this, let's face it, it's Brexit on Space 1999. You can't be a writer in this country right now and not have it permeate your very thoughts. Concepts like being woke, or caring as it used to be known, are still on people's minds. This whole country is broken at the moment, or at least it feels that way. With international events going on elsewhere, we're still bitter about certain things that have gone on, and that's one of them. So every time somebody mentions voting, there's always going to be people going, oh yeah, we know, democracy, that always ends well. And like Churchill says, it's the best of a bad lot when it comes to governing. So, that's what this first episode is. Simmons is a nicer person than Farage or any of the Tories who are currently in power, but he does use some of the same tactics. And even then, he's just not great. This story leads into episode 2 because the second part, I say episode 2, episode 3, which is called Journey's End by Nicholas Briggs. Now this one takes its lead inspiration from the Space 1999 episode with Christopher Lee in it, where Christopher Lee was playing a very solid, stoic character. But of course he's taken it on board. The Caldosians have arrived. Can their advanced technology offer a solution to Earthbound's mission? The Caldosians have arrived. Can their advanced technology offer a solution to Project Earthbound's mission? The leader, Xantor, made an emotional connection, but will this only lead to heartbreak and death? Based on the original TV series by Jerry and Sylvia Anderson. I have truly loved Space 1999. And yes, I didn't immediately emotionally engage with the first story, but then again, I don't immediately engage with it as a TV programme either. So, here's the trailer, decide for yourself, but it is very good and I can't wait for more. I hope this series goes on and on and on. Because, when you're listening to this, one thought that will pop into your head. You'll go, is that the same guy who plays the 11? Look, here's the trailer. Decide for yourself. And until next time, be seeing you. And remember, if you're interested in being a number 3 on the Prisoner podcast, there's still time to contact us. So until next time, be seeing you.
From Big Finish Productions, Space 1999, Earthbound.
Computer, what's the source?
Paul.
Incoming messages, Commander.
Messages. More than one.
Incoming communication.
Computer, cut the sound.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Eagle 5, this is Koenig. Turn around, Paul. It's not safe.
It's an uncharted object, about 2,000 miles from us, roughly 6 miles across.
Maybe a warning beacon. Hazard ahead. Keep clear.
Or a distress call, pleading for help.
Either way, we need to find out.
It's like a forest down there. An anemone forest. Let's suit up.
Okay.
Auf den Lastwagen steigen! No, that was my grandfather.
John, Delta One's plates are folding across. The gap's closing up.
Activating laser turret.
Nice moves. You better hurry, though.
Computer signaling it's time for all remaining personnel to report to deep-level safety zones.
Activating defense shields.
Alpha defense shields activated.
It's a simple choice. You either submit to the rule of one man, or you dare to believe that there is another way.
You mean he's going to get himself killed out there? To save the rest of us?
Gravity on the reef, 1.3. Temperature, 5 degrees C.
The cost of all of us being out here, facing the unknown, not knowing if we'll survive, if we even have a future, it wears us down. It occupies every moment of our thoughts.
Humanity's return to Earth, the reclamation of our home world.
So help me God, the next one of you sons of bitches who doesn't do as I say will force me to abandon my Hippocratic oath with this thing.
And your navigational controls are programmed to reach Earth.
That is our primary directive.
That should be ours too. Unfortunately, some of us seem to have lost the will to achieve it.
Alpha, if you can hear me, this is Carter in Eagle 1. I'm en route to you at maximum speed. Whatever it is, hold on.
Oh, stop playing games.
This isn't a game.
Big Finish, for the love of stories.
Thought I was helping. I'm so sorry.
I see that no malice was intended.
But how can you be sure any of it is, well, real?
A Villain in Venice, Jane of the Air, Book 1. A steampunk detective and aviatrix and part-time spy. Available now. All profits to the NHS. That was the Doctor Who Tin Dog podcast, available on iTunes, YouTube, Twitter, RSS, Vimeo, and across the internet. Doctor Who and its associated properties are all copyright and trademark of the BBC. No infringement is intended. Why not become a supporter by visiting patreon.com/tindog. Contact the show on tin-dog@hotmail.co.uk. The Tin Dog Podcast is a founder member of the Doctor Who Podcast Alliance.